Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dr. P, and welcome back today for another Fortnite Battle Royale video. Now, in today's video, I want to talk about an interesting rocket theory that has just been brought up, and it's been going around Reddit, going around social media, and I thought I'd bring it to your guys' attention. And of course, as always, get your opinion and get your second look. So, if you enjoy the video, guys, I'd appreciate it if you could go ahead and drop a like. It really takes 0 seconds to go ahead and drop a like, so I would really appreciate it if you could just take some time out of your day and do that. Also, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. We're getting closer to 320k. I really appreciate it. So with that said, let's get into it. So as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, yesterday the rocket at the villain's base actually launched. It was a big in-game event. Basically everyone who's anyone was watching it, if not in-game for themselves, on a live stream. So between the streams and people in-game, I'd bet there were literally like 500k people watching, at least, probably more. One of the biggest in-game events in any game's history. Was really big. Fortnite will go down in history for that. But anyway, it was a big rocket launch, of course, and it was really hyped up. And if you haven't seen the gameplay of it happening, I'll go ahead and throw it up on screen for you to see. Basically, what to bear in mind here, and the important thing to think about, is the fact that, yes, it did get launched, but no, it didn't actually hit anywhere. But what it did do is it actually warped time or something. Nobody's really sure about what exactly it did, but it created a portal near Lonely Lodge, and also it teleported itself around the map. It teleported itself right over Tilted. It looked like Tilted was going to get hit, and then it looked like some mountain near the villain's lair was going to get hit. It actually curved. It took this long path where it intentionally curved. I've never seen any rocket act like that, any rocket I've seen. And then right before it actually left the Fortnite map and left the atmosphere, it just spawned right over Loot Lake and shot right up into the sky. And before it actually left, it made a huge ripple in the sky. A lot of people think that's a rip in the space-time continuum, and possibly a medium for the characters for the next season's map to come through from different time periods. There, of course, are a bunch of theories about Egyptian and history-themed Season 5s. I wouldn't be opposed, and I definitely think it makes a whole lot of sense, especially now that there is actually a viable way for those people from the past to get into the map. But I want to talk a little bit about the trajectory of that missile and why it curved. I think, to me, the curving right before it actually hit the mountain near the villain's base was very strange. I haven't seen a rocket act like that. It took such a sharp turn, and I truly think there was some kind of outside interference with that rocket. Because think about it. Right when it launched, the second it came down, it had 4 little lasers that pointed straight at Tilted Towers. It looked like it was aiming directly kind of in between the Trump building, aka that big tower, and the apartment buildings. It was pointed at that little market store. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not sure if there's any significance behind where exactly it was pointing, but nonetheless, it was pointing at Tilted. A big laser, some beam came down to hit it, and at the last second, it was stopped. Now, nobody really knows why it was stopped. We think it was some kind of rip in space-time, but nobody really knows why. And a big theory is the heroes that are actually opposite the villains, believe it or not, actually stopped this some way. That's actually been a theory for some time, that the heroes would find a way to intercept the rocket, and nobody really knows if they did. But one thing is for sure, the map is unharmed for the most part. It seems like there have been so many things in Fortnite about the villains. I mean, think about how many villain skins there have been. You know, you have Flytrap, you have Omega, the new skin Vertex, you have Fate, you have Omen. There are endless possibilities. Literally, okay, not endless, but there are a lot of villain skins. You know, on the other side of the coin, there's not really that many hero skins. You have Carbide, Valor, and there aren't even that many. I can't think of them all off the top of my head because there's not many. And it seems like, there's been so much focus on the villain's rocket, so many villain skins, the whole scheme behind the rocket, and there hasn't really been anything about the heroes and what they're planning to do. Seems to me like it's been very uneven, and I wouldn't be surprised if whatever the heroes were doing, they kept it a secret. Because think about it like this. The countdown timer on the TVs was very public. I'm sure they saw it. They know how big of a threat this rocket was to the map, and they may have done everything they could have to redirect that rocket, take control of it in some way, and, first of all, block it from hitting Tilted, second of all, redirect it to hitting that mountain where no one was, and third of all, send it out of this world's atmosphere. So that's just a theory, of course, but I think it's an interesting one, because there have been basically no reports or no, confirmations or anything about what the heroes were doing during that whole time, because of course the villains successfully launched the rocket, but it looks like possibly the heroes could have saved the world. No pun intended. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and drop a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you in a video very, very soon. Until then, peace out.